And speaking of great leaders in the Congress, let me also recognize Congressman Mark Wayne Mullen and the next great congressman from Oklahoma 1, Kevin Hern. Thanks for stepping up.
Welcome. I am so humbled and proud to be your candidate for the next congressional district here. And it's so good to see so many people here that's come to show up for seeing Vice President Pence and Kevin Stitt work together so hard to get the state back where it needs to be. You know, I've been creating jobs for years. Started my first job, my first business under President Ronald Reagan. So I've seen a lot of presidents over the years. And there's nothing like working for President Donald J. Trump. I mean, this what's going on right now is amazing. We got to keep this going. You know, I'll remind you of this, why it's so important to turn out the votes. Just 6 years ago, a fellow by the name of President Barack Obama told all of the business owners in America, you didn't build your business. You didn't build it. The government did. And we know that's not true. We know that's not. And like many of you, we're very frustrated in fighting the federal government. But then in 2016, we, as Americans, elected Donald J. Trump as our president. We wanted a businessman, not a politician, much like Kevin Stitt, much like myself. And that's why we got to be here today to do the right things, tell people to get out and vote. It's so important. You know, our economy is roaring back. Wages are up. Unemployment is down. Taxes are lower. You have more money in your pockets, and our country is thriving. If you'll send me to Congress, I will stand with the president as we make, as we do what? As we do what? So we got to continue doing it. We're seeing what's happened in the first 2 years. Can you imagine if we had a businessman running this state, how great it would be? We got to do this. We got to work hard to get out the votes. On Election Day, on November 6th, it's critical. We must get out and support Republicans up and down the ballot. Tell your family members, tell your friends, get out and vote. As we continue the red wave in Oklahoma, tell your friends across the country so we can continue the red wave across this great country. But I want to thank Vice President Pence for coming to Oklahoma and joining us today. You know, the president and the vice president have been crisscrossing America to help Republicans get elected. It's historical that we always lose the House after a president's elected. We need not to make that happen again. We need to get out and do our part, rouse up the vote, help everybody get out there. Because, friends, if we don't do that, we're going to have somebody like Nancy Pelosi running the House of Representatives. Nancy Pelosi. We're going to have Maxine Waters running financial services. So I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to say God bless you, God bless the great state of Oklahoma, and God bless America. Thank you all so much. Thank you.